Welcome to Doc Sean's presentation of John Stuart Mill, the utilitarianist, the economist, as well as philosopher. Let's get this started with. John Stuart Mill was born on May 20th of 1806 in Pentonville, Middlesex, England. At least that's how I think I pronounced it. I think I pronounced it right. Tell me in the comments below how I actually pronounce it. His father was James Mill, and his father was from Scotland, and he was a renowned economist as well as a philosopher. James Mill decided he wanted to try this little new way of life on his own son. So he prevented his actual toddler son to be able to play with other toddlers and secluded him in a little life. In his own little life. And of course, with this education, it went out something like this. By the age of 3, John Stuart Mill has learned Greek. He can speak the Greek language. And then afterwards, he moved on to Latin. At the age of 8, he has read a lot of the old classics. Like, he was able to learn this. And then at the age of 8, he learned all this. By the age of 8, he was acquainted with 6 of Plato's dialogues, as well as some other Greek mythologies and contemporary classical time. In his free time, he loved to read classic books that were popular at the time, such as Robinson Crusoe and Treasure Island. And with these books, he went ahead and later became great at things as well too. And at the same age, and at the same time, he was also learning algebra and has already been introduced to concepts such as physics, astronomy, and economics. Later on, at ages 14 and 15, there were more things that were added to the boy's brain, and so it became official. John Stuart Mill was a child prodigy. As soon as he finished his education, he didn't go to college. He went ahead and started working as an economist and a little organizer for the East India Company. Well, he went to work for the East India Company. And in the East India Company, he was finally sufficient himself. He was finally glad of himself to finally have this sort of a actual stable job, and he stayed there for 30 years, which is the majority of his life. During his time there, he went ahead and got a bunch of concepts stuck into his head as well too. His father was a utilitarian, who believed in the philosophical concept of utilitarianism, and this basically goes ahead and boils down to this. It was technically founded by Jeremy Bentham, and it went ahead and talks saying that people's end goal is to go ahead and have this pursuit of a happiness, and that is literally the end goal of every human being. No matter what, we all want happiness, and that is the end goal. Our goal is to go ahead and make up our happiness, even if it is at the expense of others. And so Jeremy Bentham went ahead and taught his utilitarians about all this, and his father, John Stuart Mill's father, James Mill, went ahead and believed in utilitarianism a lot as well too. But John Stuart Mill himself thought that this was so utilitarianism was a bit terrible, as it meant that if you went ahead and decided to go ahead, utilitarianism about having the biggest happiness towards the majority. In fact, his father literally created this kind of calculus, this kind of math that helped you calculate the amount of happiness produced for each group. You could go ahead and get the majority. In fact, this also sparks the trolley problem. So there's this trolley that's going to go ahead and it's on a track. On the track, there are tied up 5 people, and there are 5 people, and they are going to get run over the trolley. But you are here with the lever in your hand, and if you pull it, the trolley switches to a rail. Well, there's only one person tied up to the tracks. And so what do you do? Do you pull the lever or not? And I hate this problem mainly because, number one, this is pretty much it entices you. It's designed to make you want to pull the lever. And there's also this problem that was counteracting the trolley problem, and it's called the fat man problem. So there's this fat man in front of you on top of a bridge. You are right behind him. same again. Once again, there's a trolley going barreling down, and there are 5 people tied to track. If you show the fat man down, then the fat man will be killed, but it will save these 5 people. I know I only draw 4, but hey, I don't have the space. Or you can do nothing and just let the 5 people get killed and you did nothing. If there was something that you could do to go ahead and help those 5 people, that wouldn't you do it? And then again, my mom also made this variation where it said, let's say that on the track there are 5 people. And if you switch, and if you switch the lever, it's onto one person. You want to switch the lever, but that one person is your dad. Would you want to do it now? If your dad was evil, well, probably. But my dad isn't evil, and I actually like him, so I would probably not want to kill him. But yeah. Then again, this is also known as the harm. This also goes ahead and gives us the harm principle. You have to go ahead. He was also the one who created the harm principle. What John Stuart Mill basically says, just let people live their lives as long as it doesn't directly harm anyone as well, too, mentally or stably as well, too. But again, there are altercations with that, and there are problems and faults with that harm principle, but I'll let you guys decide on what's the think of the faults in the comments below. I hope another discussion will pop up. Later in his life, he went ahead and married Harriet Taylor, and Harriet Taylor on April 21st of 1851, and it was because of her that he went ahead and helped advocate for women's rights and gender equality. And towards he died, and then he left the East India Company, and then he went ahead and walked writing texts on utilitarianism, one of them being on liberty. In fact, I have it right here. And then he died. He died on May 8th of 1873 in Avignon, Vaucluse, which is in France. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you guys soon in the next one. And tell me what you think about utilitarianism and John Stuart Mill. Until next time, now peace. Bye bye. Bum 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 bum. Child prodigy.